everybody, welcome back to another video. You find us here in the Denpasar airport, and if you saw the last video, I whispered to the vlog that we have a flight that we're probably going to miss today, and I was not wrong. We already know we're going to miss it. So we have two flights today, and our connection was an hour and 5 minutes, which was already stressful. That's a very short connection, but it was the only one I could get. And then when we came to check in, well, we did the online check-in. When we came to get our physical boarding passes, the man was like, oh, your flight's delayed by an hour and a half. So our flight is delayed by an hour and a half, or possibly longer, because our flight gets in at 7 PM and our second flight leaves at 6:15. So we have already missed our flight 6 hours before it even takes off. So that's great, that's fantastic. So we're going to be stuck in Singapore, and it doesn't look like there's any more flights tonight. There might be, but so far it doesn't look like it. So hopefully we'll get a flight first thing in the morning tomorrow. But the biggest stress is I'm going on this sailing tour which departs Phuket tomorrow and doesn't come back till next Friday. And if I'm not there on time, there's no way of like joining it elsewhere, like it's not possible. So this is very stressful. But for now, the airport has given us vouchers because our flight is delayed, so we're getting lunch and we'll see how it goes. Also, I lasted the whole week. If you've watched the vlogs, you know I get ill all the time. I lasted the whole week without barley belly until this morning on the day of our flights. But I'm feeling better now, so we're getting lunch. How do you feel about the situation? Yeah, she's not coming on the catamaran because she said it was beneath her. But I'm just reading my book, which is The Poppy War, recommended to me by the kids in school. Still don't know if I like it, and I'm 68% through. Go. We have just landed in Singapore a whole hour and a half after our flight was supposed to leave. They said there's going to be ground staff waiting for us, so we'll see what that entails. They just said one of the next flights is in 2 days. Okay, so they've given us a hotel voucher and we're staying at the Grand Mercure, and we just need to go to the transfer desk to check in for our flight, which is 6:55 tomorrow morning. They're also going to, so we're flying with Scoot. I thought this would be quite a good way, like this is probably quite an informative video of what to do if you miss a flight when it's not your fault, like with a connection. So they've paid for our hotel, and then also if we need a taxi to get to the hotel. It's not an airport hotel, and there's going to be someone representing the airline at the hotel who's going to pay for our taxi when we get there, so that's great. And right now we just need to go to the transfer desk to check in for tomorrow, but it's been pretty chill so far, just once we find the transfer desk. Someone we heard was getting a flight in 2 days, so that would have been stressful, especially considering I'm getting on a boat tomorrow. But because we're on at 6:55 in the morning, it's a really early morning, but at least we should hopefully get the boat. Also, in case you're wondering, so far we've not had to ask for anything or do any form filling or anything. This has all been sorted for us automatically. We got off the plane, they were waiting for us. There were a load of people they were waiting for. There were 2 flights affected, Hong Kong and Phuket, so there were quite a few people that are all heading to the Mercure right now. They had us in the transfer queue for literally over an hour, but we finally sorted it, where we had to check in for tomorrow morning. Dreading a 6:55 AM flight. That sounds terrible, but we're now running to the Jewel because it's about to close. Well, the Jewel itself is open 24/7, but when Rhys and I came here last year, the water was only on 10 till 10, so I want to show my mum because Singapore Airport is famous, so let's go check it out. But again, I said this last year when we visited, I've been to Singapore Airport one time before this, and you can't go to the Jewel, which is like the famous waterfall and things, if you don't leave the terminal. Like, it's not after security, it's before. So if you're going You either have to leave the terminal or go before you go to your gate, if you get me. Don't make the mistake I made. To update on what's gone on, we went to the Jewel but everything was closed, and then we came to our hotel. The airline paid for the taxi and they've also paid for this hotel, and they've paid for an evening meal tonight, but they didn't have anything gluten-free, so not for me. But my mom's getting fish and chips, and then I think we have breakfast in the morning as well, but we have a really early flight, so that's great. But this is just a little room tour. And then it's just a Mercure, which is quite nice. Little thing. And then there's the bathroom. Oh, with a step. Bath. Fun. Great. I tried to go to sleep, but it didn't work. So now my mum's food has arrived. Let's see what she's got. Grand Mercure. That's where we are. She got apple juice and an apple. And then she's got fish and chips. Oh, there's shoestring. With tartar sauce, that's nice. Delish. Quiz on your experience. How's your experience been missing a flight?
Very good.
Very good? Would you recommend?
Well, I would, because there was nice things to see here.
Uh-huh.
And it's quite a nice hotel.
Would you have rather we caught the flight, or are you happy we missed it?
Well, I think I'd rather have caught it, but then we'd have missed out on seeing some bits.
Okay, also this is my mum, and she is picking out the fish from the batter. And let me explain this. She says she does that because batter makes her ill. She also says she sometimes does that with pies because the pastry makes her ill. She talks all the time about different kinds of batter and different types of pastries that make her ill. She has a daughter who's gluten-free. Gluten intolerance is usually genetic, especially if it's celiac. I'm not confirmed celiac because I never did the test, and because you have to eat gluten to have the test, and I'd already established gluten was a problem. So if I was celiac, it is genetic. One of the main ways people find out they're gluten intolerant is because they find out their kids are, and then they get tested themselves. But she is adamant that you're fine with gluten, but pastry and batter makes you ill.
Go away.
She's moving me. Comment down below if in next week's video we should send Kaz for a blood test.
Yeah.
Good morning, snackadoodles. It is 4:15 in the morning and we are heading to go catch our flight to Thailand. I'm so tired, and you wait till you see what I'm doing in Thailand. It's so stressful. In fact, I'm arriving on the day is even more stressful, so you wait for that. Let's just finish packing. Everything's a bit of a mess, and I'm trying to download. I don't think I'm gonna have Wi-Fi for the next week, so I'm just trying to download as much Netflix as I can. We are now on our next flight. They've actually changed the airline. It's now Singapore Airlines instead of Scoot. But Scoot is owned by Singapore, so it makes sense. See you in Phuket. Okay, we have now arrived in Phuket, and there was a plot twist that made that whole travel day with the, well, travel 2 days with the cancelled flights, having to stay over, all that, already not going well as a good travel day. Then what happened? Bear in mind, before I say this, you may think, oh, that happens a lot. This has never happened to me in my life. I am probably one of the least travel sick person you can meet. Like, I read in the car. I was sick on the plane, and I was so dizzy. I hate throwing up in sick bags. It's not, I think I've probably thrown up in a bag twice in my life because I just feel like the toilet's the best place to go. I had to use the sick bag because I was so dizzy that I could not stand up. Like, my hearing went, I'm actually already deaf in one ear, but my hearing went in this ear, and then also my face was like freezing, and I was like, I'm either gonna faint or throw up, but I can't stand up to go to the loo because I'll faint. So then I just had to throw up in this little sick bag, which was humbling. Not the greatest experience of my life, but then I felt a million times better. I actually thought I was on death's door, but now I feel really refreshed and lovely. But that's just so random, and it's not boding well for the week I have ahead. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Now gonna hop in. My mum's in, actually, I'll give you a quick tour of my mum's hotel. She's in Phuket in the Grand Mida Resort. And it's nice because it's got like a little kitchen area. Wait, she booked this herself. She doesn't want to do what I'm doing for the next week. So she's gonna be here as a little solo traveler. So this is her little kitchen. Then she's got a little dining area, TV, sofa. Then she's got a nice bed, and then through here, this is kind of like the safe room where I guess you'd keep like a kidnapped victim, and then through here is the bathroom. This whole thing is lovely except that is weird. Anyway, and then on her balcony, do you want to give us a tour of the balcony? Oh, she's going to. Look at this. Off she goes. Walk us through it. What is it?
The seats.
Seats, and she's got herself a little plunge pool. This resort though seems huge. That's one of the pools. She's got a little view of it. Anyway, for my next activity, I don't think I'm going to be leaving this hotel till 12 at the earliest. So I think I'm going to hop in her plunge pool, which is exciting. Yes, that's the end of today's disastrous travel day, but I hope this has given you good insight onto what happens if you miss a flight because of the airline. Like everyone's always like, do you get a free hotel, do you get this? Well, yes you do, now you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go hop in a jacuzzi, and I'll see you in next week's video. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Comment if you've ever missed a flight, and we'll see you in next week's video. Goodbye. So I think I'm gonna hop in her plunge pool, which is exciting. Oh, it's a jacuzzi. Sorry, it's a jacuzzi.
Enough. Seeing some bits, that's enough.
That's enough.